Yesterday, one of the stories I came up with was all about Viktor Gyökeres, to Man United boast as United was preparing the opening bid for Viktor Gyökeres. And remember, how did we arrive to that? We arrived to that after the president of Sporting Lisbon came up with an idea that set the price to the public domain, 80 million euros, and then the agent of Gyökeres immediately went into a crisis meeting with Man United and Arsenal, and the results from that meeting was like these two clubs were set obviously make the first offers in there for you, and by the end of yesterday we expected an offer from Arsenal and an offer from Man United. But guys, it's Arsenal that went ahead to put in the first bid. It was 55 million euros, and I think plus 5 million euros of add-ons, 60 million euros in total, and that bid got rejected. And Arsenal were like, we are coming back. So that's what we're obviously talking about right now. Gyökeres transfer hijack in here. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name. We are having a story of the 16-year-old that we are bringing in, and Tom Cleverley, the former United player, obviously going great in his coaching staff. Now, Mace Football, Bruno and Ruddy, via Mace Football, told us that Arsenal are preparing a second bid for Viktor Gyökeres, improving the fixed value to exceed 70 million euros in total. Sporting CP's management are waiting for a new round of talks, thanks to the good relationship between the clubs. So, hear me out very well. United looks like they're not going in hard for Viktor Gyökeres because Arsenal has taken the first important step of really putting in a bid. And for Man United, we know that they're having Mbeumo next, meaning that before they even think of signing Viktor Gyökeres, it's gonna be Bryan Mbeumo first. And after signing Bryan Mbeumo, United will have to first sell a homegrown player to pursue the deal of a player known as Viktor Gyökeres. So you can understand where we are right now and what we're obviously going to be getting in there. So I want to let you know that it's not going to be an easy job for you, especially if United doesn't have money. I understand the only way we can obviously get into this deal is when United sells a Garnacho or a Marcus Rashford right about now, because that will at least accelerate how United will obviously get into this deal. But the big question is, would you like Man United obviously join the bidding war right now? I wouldn't like. I tell you the truth. I wouldn't like to see United join this bidding war. Not at all. Because it won't really make any sense for them. You understand? It won't really make any sense for them as a club of Manchester United. So, for what we are really having right now here, right, I think we should really let Arsenal take its course. Because if two clubs are really bidding at once, I think that's what Sporting wants, but that's not what Manchester United and Arsenal are really wanting. So I think you let Arsenal do what they are doing and you let them try their luck, and let's obviously not get off our transfer plan, because our transfer plan is really legit. I tell you, you throw in those two players in the club of Manchester United, and even if you don't sign anyone else in this summer transfer window, I'm talking about Cunha and Mbeumo, United effectively competes for the top 4 positions of the Premier League, I tell you, because of what these players can do on and off the ball. You know that very, very, very well. That this club is obviously having very many people that can really take our smiles if you've gone ahead to understand what the club of United has all been about throughout their entire seasons. Because I've always told you that our creativity is the problem. I've always come out loud and informed you that our creativity is the problem. You know, our creativity has always gone ahead to be the problem. So, at this juncture, the club of Manchester United is really doing all what they're supposed to be doing to really get the deal of Mbeumo done. And let Arsenal do their work, because the strikers are really huge. There is Ekitike. I've heard the story that if we're going to head to join the race, I'm going to be putting up next. Victor Osimhen, you understand? Jonathan David is there. Vlahovic is there, you know. And the list will obviously go on piling up, because I understand that the first problem for us to solve as a club of Manchester United should be, hear me out, should be the creative department. And those two players, if you are done with them, then we can take our time. You know, if you're having Mbeumo and Cunha joining you for the preseason, that will be something great for the club of Manchester United. So Arsenal are really moving ahead. They've gone ahead to leapfrog ahead of us, and let's wait and see how United will obviously react to such a situation, because I don't think that United can obviously skip the deal of Brandon Mbeumo and get to the deal of Viktor Gyökeres, because if they do that, they'll be like sending a signal to Mbeumo that you are not a priority. Yet Brandon Mbeumo rejected Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, and even Spurs right now, where his former manager of Brentford is now at Spurs, also is knocking on the door, meaning that he'll give priority to another club. So United is like, let's get this done. And our creative department should obviously be solved first. If you know, you know. So that's all about the Viktor Gyökeres story. And then let's go to Tom Cleverley. If you are there when United was beating Arsenal 8-2, you know how good Cleverley was in that season. And the Telegraph, via the Manchester Evening News, have told us that Tom Cleverley is reportedly set to become the new Plymouth Angry manager. Cleverley is in advanced talks to take over the League One club. The former United midfielder was sacked by Watford last month. So, Sir Alex Ferguson hasn't gone ahead to obviously get a manager who is really doing great, all performing to his levels. And I think amongst all players he really managed, I think Michael Carrick might obviously be one of those managers that is having those traits. But Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is really trying. You know, I think he tried at Manchester United, got sacked. Now he's at Besiktas. So, I think we really have a lot of things to do. You know, those people really have a lot of things to do. But we wait to see who will obviously come out as a successful manager, you know, because others are really going to hate to fail. But with Ugly, is it Ugly something? Even a player on the former player of Arsenal, that is Jack Grealish, is also linked to the job after parting ways with Norwich. So, we wish him the best of luck in his next job. Man United are set to complete the second signing of the summer. Harley Emerson James, the highly rated centre-back, will swap St. Mary's for Old Trafford as United continue to strengthen their youth setup. So, the youth setup is really very important. If you've been following up on Manchester United, we have been made what we are because of the youth. And when you look at Ineos, they've gone ahead to invest hugely into the youth setup. And I tell you what, they've gone ahead to recruit very many huge players. You know, Achido Obi Martin, Aiden Heaven. You can also talk about Lusale. I think they really brought in like 3-4 players in the academy of Manchester United, and we all know how important that is. And if you've been following up on Manchester United for some time, these are the kind of deals that they've always gone ahead to do. Others have gone ahead to pay off, others are not going to hit to pay off. But if you can get like 2-3 players from a generation of like 30 players, then that will be a very huge plus. Like you're going to hit to see, we get in Garnacho, Harry Amaz, then you get in Kobe Mainoo. You know, if we can maintain those 3 players in the team of Manchester United, that generation would have gone ahead, obviously, get out the best, you know. So, thank you guys for watching. Throw a call upon for your reactions into the Viktor Gyökeres transfer hijacked. I welcome in the comment section below. Bye-bye.